Today's notes are a little introduction on polynomials. We're going to start with some definitions. The first is the definition of a term. A term can be a number, like 5, a variable, like x, or the product or quotient of numbers and variables together, so things multiplied or divided together. Terms have to be separated by pluses or minuses, so if you're counting them, that's what you're looking for as separation. The next definition is polynomial, and a polynomial is one term or the sum of two or more terms with no variables in the denominator. So again, it's one term or the sum of two or more terms as long as there's no variables in the denominator. So when they're asking, are these polynomials, we can look at each term and then determine if it is called a polynomial in general as long as there's no variables in the denominator. So when we look at A, we have 1, 2, 3 terms, and none of them have variables in the denominator. So the answer here would be yes. In B, we have 1, 2 terms, but because of this term right here, having a variable in the denominator, we cannot classify that as a polynomial. So the answer would be no. C is just one term, and though quick glance, it looks like it is a polynomial, notice the negative exponent, which would mean there is a variable in the denominator, and therefore this could not be classified as a polynomial. And the last one has 1, 2 terms, and there are no terms in the denominator, so this is a polynomial. We are going to spend some time naming polynomials, both by the number of terms they have, as well as the degree. For this chart here, we're going to talk about number of terms. Again, remember, terms are separated by pluses and minuses. So notice the first one has only one term. I don't see any pluses or minuses. When there's only one term, that is called a monomial. So yes, it is a polynomial, but it has a more specific name that we can use when there's only one term. The second one, separated by that plus there, gives us 2 terms, and its more special name is a binomial. Again, it is a polynomial, but we can use a more clarifying word when there's 2 terms. The next one has 3 terms. That could be classified as a trinomial. And then the last one here, notice again, separation by pluses or minuses, has 4 terms, and so we would just call that a polynomial with 4 terms. So after 3 terms, we don't have any special names that we'll use, and so even if I have something with 6 terms, we would say a polynomial with 6 terms, 20 terms, a polynomial 20 terms, etc., etc. Those are names you will need to start familiarizing yourself with. Now we're going to look at what is called the degree of a term and the degree of a polynomial, which will then lead us to the back where we'll classify them and give them special names. So the degree of a term is the sum of the exponents, of all of its variables. Is the sum of the exponents of all of its variables. So in these examples here, we're looking for the degree of each term separately. So if I look at A, this is a term, so we're going to look at the degree of that term. This is a term, same thing, and this is a term. So we're looking at the variable and the exponent on the variable. So the first term, 3x squared, the variable is x, and the exponent is 2. So that has a degree of 2. The second term, 2x, has an understood exponent of 1, so the degree is 1. And the last term doesn't have a variable, so that is actually going to be degree 0. And we could see that by writing that as 7x to the 0. Remember, x to the 0 is just 1. Now, it differs in B a little bit. We have 2 terms, but notice in each term there's more than one variable. So when I go back up to the definition, it says the sum of the exponents of all of its variables. So in the first term, x has a square on it and y has a cube on it. And when I add those two together, that would give me a degree of 5. And then the second term, 2x to the first, y to the second, has an exponent on the x and the y. And when I add those together, would be a degree of 3. So we can find the degree of terms separately. When we talk about the degree of the entire polynomial, though, it's going to be just one answer instead of each separate term having its own degree. And we're going to define that as the highest degree. The highest degree of any term in the polynomial. The highest degree of any term in the polynomial. So we actually will still need to look at the degrees separately, but then whatever number is the highest is going to be the degree of the whole entire thing. So from above, this would be degree 2, this one would be degree 5, this one would be degree 1, and so the degree of the polynomial is going to be 5 because that is our highest number. And one last example here, y to the first means degree 1. This number here doesn't have a variable, so that's degree 0. This term here has an exponent of 4, degree 4, and the last one is degree 3. And so therefore, again, the highest number is 4, so the degree of the entire polynomial is degree 4. Now we'll look at giving names based on degrees of polynomials. So I made a chart again, and we'll just fill in the degrees. We actually go from 1 to 5, and you can look at that on your own to figure out why those are the degrees. Again, it's the highest exponent of any of its terms. And then the special names we'll use for those, when it is degree 0, meaning a number by itself, that is called a constant. When the highest power is x to the first, that is called linear. And that should look familiar, y equals mx plus b, so you know that looks like a straight line, hence the name linear. Highest degree, degree 2, is called a quadratic. Degree 3 is called a cubic. Degree 4 is quartic, think quarter. And degree 5 is quintic. Anything higher than degree 5, so we'll say greater than or equal to 6, we'll just say 6th degree, 7th degree, etc. So there's no special name that we'll use for anything higher than degree 5. Now moving forward, we're going to be able to determine the degree, especially when we put things in what is called standard form. So for the remainder of this chapter, I'm going to be looking for your answers to always be in what is called standard form. So what is standard form? Standard form of a polynomial is when the terms are written with their exponents. The terms are written with their exponents, and in parentheses I'll write the word degree, in descending order. The terms are written with their exponents in descending order. So what that means is from greatest to least. So you'll have your highest power coming first, and then it will go down from there. And one last thing I want you to be able to identify is what is called the leading coefficient of a polynomial. Remember, a coefficient is a number that is attached to a variable. It's a number in front of a variable. And so the word leading would mean the one that is in front, but it would need to be in standard form. So the definition is the coefficient, in other words, the number in front, of the first term when written in standard form. So it's the coefficient of the first term when written in standard form. So the last thing we're going to practice is answering these questions, and you'll have similar questions on your homework and on our activity that we'll do next class. So the questions that I would like to do for each of these is to write the polynomial in standard form, state the leading coefficient, state the name of the polynomial based on the number of terms, so that's the table on the front, and state the name of the polynomial based on the degree, so that's the table up above. So as I look at this first question, I want to rewrite this in standard form, which would mean your highest power in descending order. So my highest power is the fourth. Take that sign with it. So we're going to say negative 9x to the fourth. The next highest power is 6x squared. And since there's no sign in front, that's understood to be positive 6x squared. So we'll write plus 6x squared. And then the least degree is that 7, so that would be plus 7. The leading coefficient is going to be that number that is out in front of that first term when it is in standard form, so it's negative 9. The number of terms separated by plus and minus, I have 3 terms, so that is called a trinomial. And the name of the polynomial based on the degree, so the degree is going to be your highest degree, your highest exponent. And if you have it in standard form, it's going to be the exponent of your first term. So that is a degree 4, which has a special name. That is called a quartic. Okay, so let's do one more together, and then I'm going to pause the video and have you try the last 2 on your own. So rewriting number 2 in standard form, your highest power is the y cubed. So negative y cubed. My next highest degree, degree 1, would be a positive 3y. And then the constant at the ends, minus 9. My leading coefficient with the negative out in front, that's understood to be negative 1. Again, I have terms, 3 of them, separated by plus or minus, so that is called a trinomial. And then the degree of the entire polynomial is the overall highest degree. Once in standard form, it's the first term, that is 3, and we call that cubic. Now go ahead and try numbers 3 and 4 and see if you can answer all 4 questions. And then I will put the answers there momentarily. Okay, and here are the final answers for you to check. All I will say is when you're looking at your answer to number 4, make sure for part C, when you say polynomial, you also say how many terms are in that polynomial. And then the degree again with anything higher than 5. So 6 and above, we don't have a special name, so we'll just call that the 9th degree.